All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here, bringing your daily horoscope for Thursday, March 4th, 2021. We've got the moon moving through the later degrees of Scorpio, still connecting with those deep desires, all of that stuff that's the emotions from deep within, right? The things that we don't always share and express with other people, things we keep deep inside ourselves, creating a little sextile over there to Pluto. Sextiles like trines, right? It's an easy flow of energy where a trine is between water and water or earth and earth. The sextile is between two different elements. The beauty of the sextile, again, is it's an easy flow of energy, meaning there's no hurdles, there's no obstacles, there's nothing to overcome as these two energies are working with one another in order to manifest whatever is going on in our lives. So Pluto, again, about transformation, it's kind of the key, word with Pluto. Transformation, the phoenix rising from the ashes, right, which was once fallen down, this dust, whatever, becomes something beautiful. So out of destruction, it's the no manure, no magic. That is kind of Pluto's energy, right? No manure, no magic. Here in 26 degrees of Capricorn, dealing with how we govern ourselves as well as the government at large. Okay, so this is saying, look, there's a deep yearning going on, deep within inside ourselves. There is a passion, there is a drive. There is something that we desire. And this is allowing us to transform our lives or transform the way that we're governing ourselves in order to manifest those desires in a really harmonious, beautiful way. At the same time that sextile is happening, there's still a bit of energy connecting over here to the moon or to the sun in Pisces and to Neptune in Pisces. Earlier in the day, that trine, right? That trine over here to Neptune and the moon. Again, this is about, what is our deepest dreams? What do we creatively want to connect with? This oneness of life, right? As well as things ending. Something must end, right? It's like the phoenix must die before it can rise again from the ashes, right? So these are all playing into one another. So by the time the moon creates the sextile over here to Pluto, still creating a trine to Neptune, and it starts making that septile aspect, to the sun. The septile, unlike the trine or the sextile, which is an easy flow of energy, this is a fate and destined energy where our moon, our emotions, and our earthly body, the sun, show up and say yes. This is saying yes and almost like a commitment. Okay, when those two are lining up, it's saying yes emotionally, yes physically, I'm ready to take myself there. Yes, I'm ready to continue this spiritual practice. Yes, I'm ready and willing to connect with this aspect of myself, okay, to create the transformation that is necessary. Okay, so it's a really beautiful, powerful, transformative day. Now, the one rub I will be honest about, okay, out of all of this transformation energy going on, this deep, deep healing kind of stuff, is Mars now has entered the sign of Gemini. Okay, Mars in Gemini. And if you're, early air sign, any planets in the early degrees of these air signs creating a trine, this is also mutable energy. So if you're a mutable sign, it's going to create a square. All right. So I'm a 2-degree Virgo for my rising. Okay. So this is a bit of a square. So knowing your chart and seeing how this is lining up. Okay. So Mars in Gemini is the epitome of MC Escher's crazy stairs. Right, you all know that picture where it's like the stairs go up, down, sideways. They go all these different ways. There's two MC Escher images that kind of come to mind with Mars and Gemini. Okay, so the one is where the people are just kind of everywhere. Okay, they're going this way upside down, they come this way upside right, then they go through this door and this staircase, and it comes out sideways over here. Okay. The other one is the optical illusion where the stairs go down, over, up, and back again. Where all the stairs are connecting, where it looks like it's going up, it looks like it's going down, but really it's just kind of that Ouroboros circle, if you will. But it's the optical illusion as if it's getting somewhere. It keeps trucking along and trucking along and trucking along, but it really doesn't get anywhere. So Mars in Gemini, on the con side of it, the not so positive side, right? It's like we're spinning our wheels in mud. Okay, it's like we're have this energy and drive to go someplace and do something, but yet we don't really know where we're going. We're just spinning our wheels, or we think we're going here, but we're just walking out of this door and kind of entering back in the same room. Okay, so it's a really interesting placement for Mars to be. It's not its favorite place, as Mars is our planet of action, right? So we have this intuition coming in, we have this emotional, drive. But then when it comes to our planet of drive, it's going in circles. And it's like, I'm getting somewhere. And it's just like, I'm right back where I was. I'm in the same space I just started in. And I thought, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Okay. But don't be discouraged. This is part of the energy. It's almost like a retrograde. When Mars comes in Gemini, Mars isn't retrograde. Mars won't retrograde at all in 2021. All right, it just came out of a long 6-month retrograde cycle in Aries, okay, at the end of 2020. So Mars will not retrograde at all this year. But what I mean is it's this optimistic, opportunistic time to evaluate the direction that we want to go into our lives, right? The beauty is we have the North Node in Gemini as well. This is aiding it, meaning we're all going in this direction. We're all going in this place of self-discovery. We're all going in this place of trying to figure out, it's like the escape room, okay? We're locked in here. We're all locked into this space. We're all locked into the governments of our countries or wherever we're at in the world. We're all locked into a certain, job or a lifestyle or a thing, and we have this feeling, this calling that there's maybe a shift in an aspect of our lives, right? We're not all just getting new jobs. We're not all just ditching our old friends and finding that new tribe, okay? There might be, shedding layers, which is going on right now. We're all shedding layers of different aspects of our lives. But the beauty with the North Node and Mars together is that we're in a place of rediscovery. We're all figuring out together what's the secret? Where's the secret door that actually gets us out of this space, right? So it's like over the next month and change, we're really going to be dealing with that, like figuring out what's going on here as we're ending, winter here in the Northern Hemisphere and ending summer in the Southern Hemisphere. So we have this really cool, opportunistic time to be on that path of self-discovery where we're not going anywhere very fast. Okay, so that means we have the opportunity to examine and evaluate what's going on around us, evaluating our emotions, evaluating where we want to end up, and really discovering this space that we're in to figure out what is the ultimate truth for us. Okay, lastly, we're going to have the moon enter the sign of Sagittarius and create an opposition here to Mars. Okay, where Mars is saying, again, like the, Mars North Node saying, I have to look and examine these things myself. And somebody can say, well, this is a solid gold. Okay, and then it's just like, well, I need to know if this is charcoal pyrite, if this is fool's gold, or if this is really gold. Not that we're in a sense of doubting. That's not what it's about, doubting, but examining and figuring out, is it really? What is the truth? What is this truth? And as Mars continues to move through Gemini, okay, one of the things that's going to get brought up is Neptune specifically. The Sun and Venus are going to be out, okay, by the time Mars hits that 20th degree and starts to square off with Neptune. So I'm kind of foreshadowing a little bit, but just giving a heads up of where we're headed. And part of what this opposition is all about is we're re-examining what we're being fed. And it's something I've been talking about the past couple of days here on this channel is examining the media and examining what we're being told is real, what we're being told is truthful. Okay, about many different things, not just politically or not just about the virus going on around the world, but many, 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 many things of what's being fed to us. Okay, so we're on this place of self-discovery, and this bit of opposition here, once again, is there's an emotional need at this point now to seek the higher truth. Okay, so there is standoff. This is saying, don't just believe what you believed a minute ago. Here we go. It's something I talk about quite often, is that Einstein particle wave theory. And this opposition is all about that. Just because I've built up what is truth for me, okay? And then if somebody else comes in here and represents their truth, it might challenge my truth, okay? And we're talking about the sign of Sagittarius, where the South Node is, okay? We're talking about the religious ideologies. We're talking about religions of the world. We're talking about philosophies of the world, of A and B equals C. We're talking about seeking information, Sagittarius, the moon in Sagittarius. And it's just like, what is this ultimate truth? What is the higher truth that the collective minds, these great minds, have put together and said, here is the book. Here is this book of truth. Okay, so we have this opportunity to sit in this escape room with this book of truth that we're being presented, and flipping through it and determining what is the truth that resonates with us. What is the truth that's going to get me out of here, or out of this space if I'm feeling stuck in a place? What is this truth that is the key that unlocks this door that I can finally leave that circle kind of atmosphere, or those the crazy stairs, and get us onto a new page, a new chapter of our lives, okay? So it's like accumulation of this need of transformation, this need to connect with our higher selves, this need to connect with higher knowledge, and then again being challenged by information that might be different from the beliefs that we know. But it's important, like that Einstein particle wave theory, is that if I believe there's only waves, that I look in here, I see only waves, and this scientist sees only particles. And it's up to us to say, hey, you who sees only waves, will you look for particles? Are you willing to put away your mind's concrete blocks of what you believe, and are you willing to look for the particles that I see, And for you who only sees particles, are you willing to step outside of your mode of thinking and look for the waves that I see? So this comes with, this is challenging. So we have this deep desire to change and transform, and then it's going to be presented to us in one way or another over the next few days as the moon is in Sagittarius. And by the time it meets up here tomorrow on Friday with the South Node, we're starting to again shed those layers of belief, or take down some of those building blocks that we think are so concrete, that build up the identity of who we are, or the thought process of our concept of life, or our concept of reality, and further questioning other concepts and building blocks of what this is reality. This is the truth. Right? So we're on this month ahead is this great seeking of truth. And the beauty of the sun and Venus still in the sign of Pisces is we get to connect with that oneness, the still waters. We get to connect with the ether, the non-physical, in order to find that truth deep within ourselves. Okay? So happy Thursday, my friends. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you. I wish you enough. And we'll see you tomorrow.